Welcome back, everyone. It's Ready or Not.
Football edition.
I'm Chris Stacks.
I'm Nate the Great.
We're here with Week 10 recap.
And Week 11 projections.
It was an interesting week, to say the least.
It definitely was.
It's been an interesting season.
Yeah, I was going to say,
It's been a really
been
interesting
interesting
season.
all season. Some odd things happening.
Oh,
throughout.
definitely. Like the Broncos beating the Bills,
That was a good game.
That was a good
very
game.
interesting game.
but it was not what I expected.
Oh, not at all. Bills did not come to play that game.
They did not.
The
and then-
Broncos showed up, especially on defense.
Yeah, and then the Bills OC got fired the next day.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you don't pass the digs. Just pass the digs. That's all I needed. Still upset about that.
It doesn't make sense. And you saw Trayvon Diggs?
No.
He posted his brother's number because it's Trayvon and Stephon are brothers.
Yeah.
Posted his brother's number and said it's time to get out of there.
Ooh.
We'll take him on the Cowboys.
No, it's okay.
Opposite CD? Oh my God. Let's start off with who actually did perform this week since your boy didn't.
Well, but we're going to start with QBs, though, first.
Well, yeah.
So, but top QB is your boy, Dak Prescott, 38.9 on Will's team. So, great job over there.
My fantasy team might have lost, but my quarterback and my whole Cowboys performed.
Then you have Justin Herbert, 29.4 on Prue's team. Joshua Dobbs, 25.1 on my team. Wasn't that your
That
sit-in?
was my quarterback. Yeah.
Was your sit-in quarterback?
That was my
Okay.
quarterback.
Top three, number three.
Yeah.
All right, then you got Geno Smith, 24.1 on your fantasy team.
Yep.
Then you got Brock Purdy, 23.8 on Justine's team. And then for bottom five, we got Trevor Lawrence, 3.1, also on Justine's team.
Yeah, that's rough.
Taysom Hill, 3.3 on Stack's team, which wasn't Jay Taysom Hill just kind of talking some smack this last weekend?
He was.
Yeah,
He was.
3.3.
He's also a tight end.
I know. But don't be talking crap if you can't back it up, though.
Yeah, true.
Derek Carr, 4.4 on Prue's team. Gardner Minshew, 6.7 on Will's team. And Will Levis, 7 points on Christina's team.
Yeah, he didn't keep it up.
He did not.
Not at all. So
See, he's the one you should have been like, he can't repeat it.
yeah,
You picked the wrong one.
I see that. Well, he wasn't in the top.
I know.
12. So for quarterbacks, Derek Carr with an AC joint, they're on bye because we have the Falcons, Saints, Pats, and Colts on bye this week.
Mhm.
But he's already listed as questionable for next week with that AC joint sprain. Baker, he's day to day. He has a right thumb issue. That's on your team. So
I think
Carr's on Prue
I don't remember if they switched him. When did you see that?
yesterday.
Because they switched his designation yesterday. I don't remember if they switched it from questionable. I don't remember which way it went. Because I got a notification about that. I got it.
Quarterback. Deshaun Watson, season-ending surgery. So Steiger, Deshaun actually played through that game, but I guess it was something like a shoulder tear or something. Still finished the game. They won the game.
He was back to healthy yesterday.
Okay, listed as healthy. Pardon me. Problem with day to day.
Yep.
And then Taylor Heineke, who's a free agent, but obviously played as the starting quarterback for the Falcons. They're on bye, but they've got him listed as questionable for next week due to the hamstring. So
Okay.
if he can't make it back, Ritter would be the starting quarterback again.
All right.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
All right. We got running backs. We have Brian Robinson, 25.7 on Will's team. Jahmyr Gibbs, 24.7 on Christina's team. Devin Singletary, 23.6.
The most carries in his entire career.
And he was a free agent until I picked him up.
Yeah.
So let's keep it up. We have Austin Eckler, 19.5 points on Steiger's team.
Awesome excellence.
Kenneth Walker, 19.2 on Prue's team. And
That
then
was the best look I've seen from Walker all year, I think.
yeah, no, he did a great job. Then for the bottom of the running backs, we have Alexander Madison, 3.8 on my team.
Went out with a concussion.
I know.
He's on my
It
list.
was early game. It was.
So he's week to week.
Mhm.
But if he's not back, that makes Ty Chandler look a little bit better. And I believe Ty Chandler is actually on your brother's team now.
Oh, I think so.
I think he got picked up by him.
Then Travis Etienne, 5.4 on Prue's team. Tony Pollard, 5.5 on your team. Let's see if the
Well, no, he's on Justine's team. He's on the Cowboys, but he's on Justine's team.
yeah, Justine's team. I'm saying if your new OC can put him to work. Then Saquon Barkley, 6.6 on my team. He did not have a great week.
No.
James Conner, 7.3 on Tebow's team.
Tony Pollard could have a good week this week, Justine, if I had to guess. It's a setup for him to have a good week, but I don't see him doing great for the rest of the season. And I think they finally figured out that if they want to just dominate and they want to beat people, it's going to be through the air.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to use all 3 wide receivers. They're using Cooks, they're using CD, they're using Gallup, and they're using Ferguson.
And they can use Pollard as well.
But they're not.
No, I'm saying, but through the air.
Oh, they could, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're using their 3 like Brandon Cooks had his best game of his career last week. And he's been a pretty well-known wide receiver being in the NFL.
Yeah.
They realized throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
It's hurting him, and it's also the way they're doing it right now is working out better for Rico, our backup. So I also think Pollard's not fully recovered from that ankle surgery. I think it's going to take him a full season and then off season, and then he'll be back to normal.
Okay. Any more for running backs?
That's it for running backs.
Okay.
For this, new injuries.
And we have wide receivers. We have Keenan Allen leading up with 36 points on Tebow's team.
Who has an AC joint sprain and is questionable for next week.
Well, he got it in before he got out.
Yeah, he did. He got a lot in.
So CeeDee Lamb, 35 on Tebow's team. So top 2, both Tebow. And I think, aren't you against Tebow this week?
Yes, I am.
So that could be good for you.
That's why I'm hoping they run the ball with Tony Pollard this week.
Then we have Brandon Cooks, 28.8. Free agents put up points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 27.5 points. Mike Evans, 24.3. I did not write who had these. Both yours?
No.
Mike Evans is yours.
Mike Evans, I believe Amon-Ra is your brother.
I think so as well.
Because I have him in the other league. Yeah.
Okay. So Amon-Ra St. Brown's on my brother's team, Will's team. Mike Evans on Stack's team.
Yeah. I have both of those in my second league, so I paid attention to who has them in our league.
Gotcha. Bottom, we have Jahan Dotson, 0 points on your team. You had him in your flex spot.
And he has done no less than, I think it was 16 the last 5 weeks.
Well, things change, apparently.
0. I was like, this guy has been the most consistent person. It sounds like a good idea.
Nope, not happening. Deontay, have you played him before?
No.
Okay, it's your fault then. We got Deontay Johnson, 2.2 on Prue's team. Calvin Ridley, 3 points on Will's team. Jacoby Myers, 3.1 on my team, formerly on my team. Marquise Brown, 3.3 on Stack's team. And Christian Watson, also 3.3 on Stack's team. Josh's team.
I already start calling him Christian Watson. Christian L. Watson. Michael Thomas, who is a free agent right now, but he has an MCL issue. They're not releasing what it actually is. They said that they're just unsure of the next steps. So depending on who ends up being the quarterback next week, depending on if he's healthy, because Carr and Chris Olave don't have a good connection.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to, I think it's Rashid Shaheed. I keep forgetting the rookie's name. But so if Thomas is out and it's the other quarterback, that could sway things. If Thomas is out and it's Carr, that could sway things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and then Keenan Allen I already mentioned.
Yes, you did from the beginning. Okay.
Tight ends.
Tight ends. We got T.J. Hawkinson with 25.9 points on Tebow's team.
Which was Dobbs.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can look forward to that again this week.
I see that.
Against you. Then we have George Kittle, 20.1 on my team. George Kittle has been doing a great job for me. And then even if he starts off the first half, I don't even check his score till the end of the game anymore because he'll start off with like 3 points the first half and then end up with 20.
I feel like he's always scored all of his points in like a quarter, and then he does nothing the rest of the game, whether it be the beginning or the end. He does.
I'll take it.
It's so weird.
I'm not going to be like, yo, do this every quarter. So, just give me 1 quarter. I'll take it.
That's what he does.
Then you got Trey McBride, 18.1 on Justine's team. So, of course, I pick up Trey McBride when he has that, pop-off week, does nothing. I drop him. Justine picks him up, does great.
So,
But I have Kittle. Kittle's on bye. That's why
McBride is actually interesting because of the fact that Zach Ertz is slated to come back from IR. So we got to figure out what the coaching staff in Arizona is going to do with Trey, if they're going to let Ertz eat into some of his receptions, or if they're going to keep him off the field. Because that could hurt Trey McBride.
Right.
Because Ertz was the dominant guy until he got hurt, and then they put Trey McBride in. He's a rookie.
I mean, if he's playing this well, maybe they might do 2 tight ends.
Well, that's what. Even if they do it, though, what he did? What 18? What if
It's going to hurt his
what
production.
If he gets 9?
Yeah.
It's a massive difference.
Well, has to be yards after catch then.
True.
So Dalton Kincaid, 13.6, free agent. So, but he did work that week. Jake Ferguson, 10.6 on Christina's team.
I love how the fact, and this is just me being biased here, number 1 quarterback, number 2 and number 3 wide receiver, number 5 tight end.
I mean, do we
all
want
in
to
the
go?
same game.
We also have, hold on, what was I going to say? Because last week it was all Texans
Well, yeah,
leading everything.
Yeah, they lit the.
But actually, CJ Stroud's not up here.
No, he was like number 6 or 7 last week. I have him.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Any tight end injuries?
Yes, Gerald Everett, his back. He's got a back injury. He's questionable, and he's week to week right now. So no actual time frame, but we'll see what happens.
All right. And kickers. So I'm going to put this out there right now. All kickers were free agents. So no one had a single one of these kickers.
I hate kickers.
We have Jason Myers, 21 points. Insane. Matt Prater, 18 points. Greg Zerlane, 16 points. Daniel Carlson, 14 points. Will Lutz, 14 points. So they just came to play a lot of kicking this weekend. Wow. Yeah. The number 5 has 14 points. That's insane. That's more than some of the other.
I was like, man, I know Aubrey had a good week this week because he actually got Player of the Week for the Cowboys, and he only had 7 points. And I think he kicked 5, he had like 3 field goals he had like 5 extra points and a field goal.
Then there's no way you'd have 7. You'd have to have at least 8.
Does it tell me? Sorry, he made 7 extra points.
Oh, so it's just extra points.
I forgot they didn't kick a field goal. Sorry, they only just scored touchdowns.
Yeah, well, that hurts your kicker.
It still hit 7. I've seen plenty of people lately miss a friggin' extra point.
The Broncos-Bills game.
2.
2, yeah.
2.
Well, no, 1 officially. That second one, he missed it, but they had a penalty.
Oh, you're right.
So it was a re-kick for the game.
You're right. No. That he missed 2 extra points early in the game.
Oh, he missed his
That was an actual field goal he missed.
You're right.
That was an actual field goal he missed, and then they had the penalty because they had 12 men on the field. So technically, he missed 2 extra points and a field goal. But he got to redo the field goal, and he made the second one.
Bad day to be a Bills fan.
Oh my goodness!
I had one of my managers was Bills. He was like, "They're making it harder for me to be a Bills fan."
That was terrible.
Yeah,
it was awful.
So defenses, top 5 defenses. We got 49ers at 22 points on Justine's team. Colts 17 points, free agent. Browns 15 points on your team. Ravens 14 points on Josh's team. I think that says Josh. Can't he read my handwriting? Now, interesting about that is Browns were against Ravens.
Yeah.
And it was a 33-31 point game. So they both played great defensively, but also gave up a lot of points. So it's like, well, because some of the points were made by the defenses.
Yep.
So that was an interesting one I liked. Then you have Buccaneers, 13 points, free agent.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
I still won't.
I really
don't. Top 5. I'm not picking you up.
I had them for 1 week. I don't think I even ended up playing. I picked them up because I was like, oh, they might, and then I just didn't have the.
And how they do that week?
To do it. They scored like 7. Yeah.
Can't complain on that. Yeah.
Better than nothing. So, recap of last week or sit-ems?
Let's do the recap first.
Recap?
Let's finish off with the sit-ems.
Okay, I like it. So, best team replacements 196.12. I was looking at his roster. His entire team showed up. There was nobody who took a day off.
And who is he against again? Oh, Prue.
Which isn't bad for the rest of us.
Yeah. Then Then you have worst team in the toilet bowl. Hurts so bad.
Yeah, it really was.
Your team Stacks
It
at
really was.
114.12. At least you made it
Talk,
to triple
talk about a
digits.
flip from 1 week to the next week. Players of the week. We already talked about it, but obviously Dak Prescott on Will's team, Jahmyr Gibbs, Keenan Allen, T.J. Hawkinson. Look at it. Tebow. Tebow's got 2 on there.
Yeah.
Steiger with the kicker Hopkins, and then Justine with the 49ers defense.
Remember, for wide receivers, he had the top 2.
Right.
That was 71 points just from his receivers.
Right.
Then we have bench warmers of the week. We have Brock Purdy, 23.84 on Justine's team, which he was number 5 on the week.
Mm-hmm.
Did she have? She didn't have a higher number. Brian Robinson on my brother's team, which I talked to him about. I was like, bro, you should have put him in. He's like, I know. He still won, but like barely squeaked by a victory. Tank Dell on my team. I was upset I didn't put him in, but I didn't even know who to replace with him.
True.
Trey McBride just on Justine's team. Oh, so she didn't play. I didn't realize she didn't play him. 18 points. Ooh, that's a shame. I don't know. I don't remember if Justine won, but
we're going to find out in a second.
Yep. And then Butker, 0 points. I don't even know why it's there. Apparently, she's the only one that had a kicker on her bench.
Yep.
And then Browns defense on your team, 15 points.
I had the Cowboys in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They scored, I think, 13. So it
No.
wasn't the biggest give up.
Nope,
It wasn't
that was the
biggest
game
give
right
up.
there.
No, I needed a lot more than that to win.
I
A
know.
lot more than that. Most efficient manager, Christina, with 134 out of 136. Not
Right.
a high scoring week for her, but she maxed it
But
out.
not bad. I mean, better than yours.
Well, yeah. It's not hard. This week that was not hard. Last week that would have been very difficult. This week it was not.
Well, and then as you know, in contrast, Will's least
Yeah.
efficient manager, but he got 148
Yeah.
out of a possible 187.
Yeah.
And that's because of what a big part of Brian Robinson putting up 25 points on his
Yep.
bench.
Yep. Andrew Prue with the highest points in a loss. He scored 128.92 and losing to Tebow. So it's not like it's even close. He lost by 72.
68.
Oh, sorry. I misread that. Yeah.
And then, but that's, I mean, he didn't do poorly, but Tebow just went off.
Yeah,
So
When you crack
he lost by
almost 200.
68 and 71 from 2 receivers.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do there?
Yeah.
Then you have lowest points in a win. You have Christina, 134 over,
Over you.
forgot his name.
By freaking 6. Not even 6.
Allen was supposed to
5
pass
and a
the
quarter.
digs. Pass the digs.
Which I don't know why he didn't.
You win, and I win.
Earlier in the season, they did it a little too much. But all of a sudden, it was like their OC was like, you know what? We got this all-star. Let's use him as a decoy. Sounds
Pass
like a
to
good
Gabe
idea.
Davis, who was giving up receptions for interceptions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he forgot, which reception he needed. It
Yeah.
was not that. I was so upset watching that game. I didn't even want the Bills to win, but I just need Diggs.
And then biggest blowout, Tebow 196 over Prue 128. We talked about it.
No, let's not talk about narrow victories. It's the same
So,
thing. It's the same thing.
Narrow victory, which is the lowest points in a win too. Christina over Nate by what was that, 5.2 something? 5.3? 5.3?
Yeah. Overachiever, you got Tebow, 196 over starting projection of 133.61.
Outscored it by 63 points.
Yeah.
62 and a half, whatever.
That's
And then underachiever, Prue, starting projection was 135 and scored 128.9.
So, and they're against each other. So starting projection, Prue was up by 2.2 points.
Mm-hmm.
So still very close.
Yeah.
But did not end very close.
No. Replacements, 90% with 196. Could have scored 217. My goodness. Your brother at only 80%, scoring 148 out of 187. Belichick yourself, 82%. Gibbs run 98%. Prue at 91%. Steiger at 93.9. You're at 90, and then I was at 88. And before we do the standings, let's do a quick scan from last week. If it'll let me. There we go. Last week, so Travis's Tots outscored me 148 to 114, which is my worst week by far in a long time.
Wait, this is the week we're talking about right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Gibbs scored 134, beating you by with 128.
Yeah, we already talked about this. Go ahead.
But then you had the replacements, 196.12 over Prue, And then Belichick yourself, 144.68 over 128.9 for Steiger. I thought Steiger was going to win this week.
I did too.
I was excited for
Every week we're like, this is Steiger's
very
week.
true, very true.
But you know what? I don't think this is Steiger's week this week.
Oh, is that he playing you?
Yeah, he's playing me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this week it's the replacements versus myself, Travis's Tots versus the Prue Crew, Nate the Great NTG versus Steiger, and Christina Run Gibbs Run versus Belichick yourself.
That's a 50-50
That's
right
a
now.
50-50 right now. I know I've got one person out still. I'm guessing Steiger's got a couple people out still.
Steiger has 2 people because
Okay.
he has Deshaun Watson
Oh,
still
yeah.
in his lineup. And then I think his tight end is out, but he has Cole Kmet. So if he replaces them, I already checked his backup, he'll be like behind like 1 or 2 points in projection.
So it's getting close. Okay. That's much different than 62-38.
Yeah, no. If he replaces those 2, which he has the players already, barring if he doesn't pick up someone else, he'll be in there.
I saw. Oh, it's not showing it here. I saw some people were doing pickups this week. Did waiver wire, but right now Steiger at 0-10. Steiger, you can finish the year at least with 1. What do you think? With at least 1?
Not this week though. Sorry, I need this win right now. I'm on a 3-loss streak.
Nate the Great, 3 losses in a row at 4-6, sitting right behind Belichick yourself at 5-5, coming off 1 win. He's still got the waiver wire per. It's pissing me off. And then the replacements sitting at 5th with 5-5, tied with Justine. He's got a good score on her as far as points though, so she's got to really take the win to go above.
Then we have a Run Gibbs Run Christina 6-4 on a 5-game win streak. So went from 1-4 to 6-4.
Never count yourself out.
No, I'm still not counting myself out. I'll go the next couple, then I'll touch on this. So Hurt So Good, you have Stacks 6-4. This is your first loss in a while, so you're still up there. Prue on a 2-game losing streak right now, 6-4. So he's now in second place. Now, what I want to touch on is like 2 through 7 are all within like 1 or 2 games of each other.
Yeah.
Like this isn't over yet. Anyone can take over
Yeah.
the.
And actually, even through first, it's only 3 games.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's still first, but like that's like right there. Like this is just one week. It could be different next week.
Yeah.
And then Travis's Tots 8-2 on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah. And actually, not the highest scorer.
No, not by a long shot.
No, he's holy
Yeah,
shit.
he has one of the best defenses, as he always says.
Yeah, he's 5th highest scorer right now.
But he has the second lowest points allowed.
6th highest scorer. He's the 6th highest scorer right now, and he's leading the league.
Look, I was talking to him the other day, and he was like, "If you look at my team, I have no business being on top."
I actually was looking at it yesterday and was like really confused.
Because he has the second lowest points allowed.
Yeah.
Anyone that plays against him does poorly, you this
Yeah.
week.
Which is, last week I scored almost 200. This week I scored 112.
That's apparently the Rodriguez defense that he took back from me.
It's, what does he got? He got 1282. That's wild. Steiger.
Oh, it's the lowest now.
Holy shit. 1282. Steiger's had almost 1,500. That's a 200-point difference. That's over 2 weeks.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
He's played against 2 extra teams. Steiger, you need to call Will and ask for some tips on how to play defensive fantasy football because you played 2 extra weeks than more than everybody else.
And they weren't good weeks.
And they weren't good weeks,
They were
bro.
not good weeks.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right. Siddums? That's wild.
Siddums, let's go over last week.
I'm like
Siddums.
wild right now. This is fucking mind blown. All right. So, Siddums last week. Wait a minute, you never gave me my dollar from last week.
You are correct. Here's your dollar from last week.
Oh, thank you so much. See that, folks? Comes through maybe later, but he comes through. So last week I had Dobbs. Dobbs scored 25.1. You had Watson, and with the win, even being injured, scored 16.2.
He should have sat out the last quarter though when he was hurt.
They wouldn't have won. Did you hear they're starting this week? I forgot to tell you guys. They're planning on starting their rookie, not PJ Walker. They're planning on starting their rookie. I don't even know his name. They just announced it yesterday that they're
I'm gonna look it up while you're doing that.
Yeah. They literally said, no, you're going to want to go to quarterback and then scroll down.
And just search for him?
It should be under available. Quarterback. There you go. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
All right.
And he's going against Pittsburgh on his first start. Yeah, he's screwed. Ford, I had scored 12.4. You had Najee scoring 17.1.
Oh.
I had Devontae Adams scored 11.6. You had Gabe Davis scoring 8.6. I had Pitts scored 4.5. You had Njoku, who scored 8.8. I had Atlanta, who scored 4. You had the Packers, who scored 1. Now we both scored less than we scored last week, so that means we're getting better.
Yeah.
And guys, actually, when we do this week's, I'll go over what categories we picked from again. I scored 57.6. Nate the Great scored 51.7.
Cool. So I don't need this other dollar I kept here just in case.
Yep. So 5.9 point separation.
I'm back.
And really, all that was Dobbs.
I told you last week.
I know.
Dobbs is not the play there.
Hey, that boy went off. I'm impressed. So, guys, when we do pick'ems, sit-ems, we do quarterbacks from top 12.
If they're injured, though, if there's any injuries in the top 12, then it goes up like 13, 14, whatever the case may be.
Running backs, we do top 24. Wide receivers, top 24. Tight ends, top 12. Defenses, top 12. And it's based on the projections for the next week. So it's not like we're going, okay, 1 through 36, who's going to have a bad week? Because, once you get past like 24, that's where you start finding the easier ones. Mm-hmm. Like last week, quarterbacks, 1 through 12.
This week, quarterbacks.
Where's your quarterbacks? Down. Where's your bad quarterbacks? From last week.
Oh, right here. Trevor Lawrence, Taysom Hill, Derek Carr, Gardner Minshew, Will Levis.
I don't think any of those were in the top 12 last week.
No, I don't think so.
So it was not. It was literally not a pick of who's bad. It was who's the worst
of the top.
So we're not picking the easiest. This person. What's that guy's name? Dorian Thompson-Robinson is going to have a bad week. That's my pick.
Nah, unacceptable.
But we are flipping it up this week for week 11 because you get to go first.
Well, flipping it back, this was me at the beginning.
Oh, it was in the beginning. In the beginning, it was.
You took it for like 2-3 weeks in a row. It's time for me to get it back. So, surprise, surprise. I don't know if you went with this. Did you pick 2 just in case?
I picked 2 just in case.
All right. I did as well.
I knew that I was going second.
Oh, I did not. I didn't do the math for last week, so I was like, I'll just pick 2. I don't feel like doing the math.
And it came down to Monday night, which I was happy as hell they were targeting the hell out of Gabe Davis. But it sucked that he didn't know how to catch. Because if Gabe scored a touchdown, you lost.
Absolutely.
And he couldn't score a touchdown on like 10 targets. How many targets do you need to score a touchdown, bro? Come on.
I didn't need Gabe Davis to get the ball for 2 reasons now. I didn't even remember he was my sit-em.
I looked at the scores on Monday morning, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I saw you had Gabe Davis. I was like, I'm either screwed, and he's going to score nothing, or I'm in luck, and he's going to have like a 25-point night.
I mean, they tried to give him. They tried very
you were
hard.
Complaining about Gabe Davis getting all the passes. I was like, yeah, keep going.
I was so upset. Anyway, Josh Allen is my sit-em for the week. Was he yours?
What's the chances that we both pick Allen?
Side note, like the quarterback is very hard this week.
It's stupid hard.
I was like, I don't know who to pick, but I don't need any of these now.
That's funny. Wow. I literally put him as my number 1 because I was like, there's no way that Nate's going to pick the same guy. But I was wrong. So leaders, I don't want season stats, just so we can double check here as we're going through. Week 11. Getting better at this. Oh. As I say that. Not stats, projections. All right, so, damn, you picked Allen. So you picked Josh Allen. He's number 6. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb. Oh, do I really want to do this?
I thought you had a backup.
I do, but I'm not even sure if I want to pick my backup. There's nobody injured in the top.
No, not for that one. Actually, not for any of them, actually.
No, that's what I thought. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to have to go with the guy that I don't want to go. Actually, you know who I'm going to go with?
No.
I'm in between two right now, and I'm like teetering, and I want to like phone a friend here and ask what they think. I am gonna go with. Damn. I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow
All right.
because I think everybody in the top 12 is gonna go off this week.
So I'm hoping that the person I put as my secondary one goes off because I put my own quarterback,
You
put
put
Lamar
Lamar
Jackson. So I was like, I can't trust him, man.
This is who I was just looking back and forth between.
We're
We're on the same page here, but I'm like, Herbert's playing against Green Bay. I don't trust Green Bay. Goff is playing against Chicago at home. Don't trust Goff. Sam Howell's playing against the Giants, who the Cowboys just scored 47 on. Yeah, 47 on. Don't trust that one. And Justin Fields is back against Detroit. That one I was thinking about, but he could run for 50 yards and screw me just with that.
Yeah, which I have no idea who to play this week, by the way, for my quarterback. So I have Jackson, Dobbs, and Fields back.
I was looking at that.
And then, I don't know, Mayfield's probably not really in contention, but holding on to him. Because I think someone else needs a quarterback, so I'm going to hold on to him.
Well, this is the last week for a trade.
You better trade quick.
This is the last week for a trade, guys.
Okay, so running back, James Cook.
Okay. I actually looked at him. Since you went with Cook, this is weird being second now. I get to just say my first idea.
Was James Cook your first year?
He was actually somebody that I was leaning towards, but I just want to check something real quick to make sure that I'm right. If you're going to go him, I'm going to go with Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford, all right.
With a rookie quarterback going against the Pittsburgh defense, I think they're just going to lock in.
They're going to give it to him. He's going to be running it. He's going to be scoring points.
We'll see.
Wide receivers, Garrett Wilson.
Interesting. I looked at him. Why Garrett Wilson this week? I'm curious.
I'm not sure. That one's more of a feeling, and I hate the Jets.
Well, it's funny that you got a feeling because I'm hooked on Thielen.
Thielen. So I looked at Thielen, but I have a feeling he's going to go off this week. And I don't have a real reason for that either, but I have that feeling for him.
He's going against the Cowboys.
Yep, you
I
guys
feel
are going to
bad
slip
for the
up.
number one wide receiver against the Cowboys.
No, he's going to get this. He's got this. Tight ends, Logan Thomas.
Damn it.
No.
All right, this isn't cool. Evan Ingram.
Ingram, okay. Why Ingram?
They are playing against Tennessee. Tennessee's been great against tight ends. And I got a feeling this is going to be a week where neither team scores a whole lot.
That's fair. I'll give you that one. And then for defense is kind of weird as well.
Yeah.
I ended up with the Lions. So that is what you put. Well, not anymore. Who'd you back at? Tell me if it's the same as mine.
Buffalo.
No, mine was Broncos. I have a feeling Broncos are going to be off this week.
Their defense has been on every week.
I know. Well, not ever since week 3.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going with Buffalo.
Definitely glad I went first,
Buffalo
though, because
is
I'd rather
playing
go with the
the
Lions.
Jets. So if Garrett Wilson goes off, which is actually what I was worried about, because the Bills' defense has been good, but it's not great because they lost a lot of players. So if Zach Wilson doesn't play horribly, and Breece Hall does what he does, and Garrett Wilson does what he does, and also actually Tyler Conklin's been playing well, if all three do what they're supposed to do, I bet the Bills go for 2, maybe 3.
2 or 3 what? Oh, points. So this could be opposing my running back, my wide receiver against your defense.
Right.
In this scenario, huh? It's really interesting.
Otherwise, we don't have anybody that conflicts, and it's funny because I looked at Garrett Wilson for a minute, and then I realized how Buffalo's been playing. But we both had Josh Allen. We both had Logan Thomas, and we both had the Lions. We're in the same picture, or we're like looking at the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we will see. Tonight, Thursday Night Football. Make sure you get your individuals either into your regular spots, not into the flex.
Who's playing tonight?
Tonight is good a team. Somebody that's playing.
Yeah.
Ravens versus whoever the Ravens are playing.
Bengals.
Bengals, yes. That's also why I went.
Oof.
Because that's a quick week.
Yeah, it's going to be a interesting start to my week.
Right.
Like I have obviously Lamar Jackson. Now I really have to make that decision if I'm going to have Jackson.
It's either going to hurt people or it's going to really help them. We shall see.
Okay.
But guys, that is it for the Week 11 projections, Week 10 recap, and we will see who does well or who does better, actually, because last week we did pretty well. We'll see who does better on the sit-ems this week. And again, you guys can comment in the chat. You can comment on my social media because I'll be posting just the sit-ems portion on my social media. But either way, have a great day.